What's the craziest time the substitute teacher lied on you? We walk in and immediately something feels different. No teacher, just this substitute sitting at the front desk, staring at the door like she was counting down the minutes until she could leave. Within 5 minutes, the class had fully dissolved. Nobody was seated. People were talking across the room, walking around. Someone was eating chips they definitely weren't supposed to have. The sub just sat there watching it happen like she was a nature documentary narrator observing wild animals in their habitat. Then Nolan raised his hand. He goes, "Can I draw on the whiteboard?" The sub looked at him for a second, shrugged, and said, "Sure." Nolan walked up to that board with the energy of a man who had been waiting his entire academic career for this moment. Stick figures doing karate, a face with googly eyes, and what I think was supposed to be a goatee, but looked more like a chin beard made of spaghetti. And then the sub stood up, walked to the board, grabbed a marker, and added a little sun in the corner with a smiley face. The class erupted. Within 30 seconds, every single person was at that whiteboard. It was organized chaos, and the sub was in the middle of it, laughing. We went home that day in a great mood. That sub was cool. Next morning, we walk in, and the teacher is already at her desk, arms crossed. That face. If you've ever done something wrong and walked into a room where the adult already knew, you know exactly what face I'm talking about. We all took our seats in complete silence, and she just waited. Then she pulled out a piece of paper. Loud and disruptive, not following instructions, vandalized the whiteboard, throwing objects around the classroom. I turned to my left. My classmate was already looking at me. Throwing objects? Vandalized? The sub drew a smiley sun and called it collaborative learning. The most violent thing that happened was Nolan's karate stick figure. But here's the problem. The second we opened our mouths to tell the real story, she'd figure out that not a single person had touched a textbook the entire period. So we just sat there. A week of detention. We served it. Then the teacher was out again. Same sub walks in. We pressed her immediately. Not even a hello. Just, "Why did you do that?" She had the nerve to look confused for a second before going, "Oh, that was an accident." A full paragraph with bullet points describing fictional crimes we did not commit. An accident. And then she said, "Anyway, you guys can walk around and draw again if you want." And I wish I could tell you we said no. Every single one of us walked straight to that whiteboard. Within 4 minutes, the board was covered. Teacher came back. Another note. This one was worse. Month-long detention. Not a week, a month.